I'm really struggling with this video. This is, I think, my eighth or ninth take. I'm really struggling to talk about myself. And it kind of feels like I'm doing a performance review. I really struggle with those, trying to write about how great I am and comparing myself to others. It's not something that I find easy. And I kind of feel like I'm doing that right now. But I'm going to try and lean into that uncomfortableness and tell you a little bit about me from a personal perspective. Well, I've been married for 16 years to my wife, Lindsay, and we have two children, Xander, who is 8, and Zoe, who is 10, going on 20. And we live in Washington, in the Evergreen State, which is a beautiful part of the United States to live. And we feel really privileged to live here. We moved out to the United States about 3 years ago with Microsoft. And whilst it was a huge culture shock to start with, we've kind of grown accustomed to the place and are somewhat in love with it. Outside of work, I'm pretty active. I cycle, ski in the winter, we sail as a family, and we also take our RV out whenever we can. Back in the UK, my wife and her family are incredibly into sailing and have been all their life, and I kind of had to become interested in it and love it myself, but that wasn't hard. And both my wife and I have sailed a lot, and we were looking for a way of doing that here. But small boat sailing, or dinghy sailing as it would be called in the UK, is not something that's particularly prevalent in the area that we live in. So we've kind of struggled. But about 3 months ago, we took a plunge and we bought ourselves a little sailboat, and we're loving having it. And it's great getting out on Lake Washington and Lake Sammamish and all that, and really enjoying the sun and the wind. Beyond that, I am an absolute nut for anything sci-fi, particularly if it's Star Trek. Right now, I am building the 2.5 foot long model of the Enterprise D, which is going to take me 3 years to build in a subscription pack. And I'm really into sci-fi in all its forms, whether that's TV, novels, graphic novels, and I'm, along with my son, have really loved the last few months with Disney and Marvel putting out these series based in the MCU. We found that a real relief from the constraints that COVID has put on us. I'm also a massive film fan. I love the medium, and I find it incredibly compelling. I love the storytelling that you get in all good films, and the narrative that comes out of it. It's as I've said before, it's something that has been part of my life since I was a kid.